When the world is in turmoil and chaos seems to dominate, silence emerges as a powerful and unexpected refuge. This pause, far from being a void, reveals an inner strength that allows us to find clarity and serenity in the midst of turbulence. The moment the voices of turmoil fall silent, we are invited to listen to the subtle wisdom of our own hearts, transforming the confusion into an opportunity to rebalance mind and emotion. Imagine being in the eye of the hurricane and discovering a space where calm reigns supreme. This silence is not just the absence of sound, but an invitation to introspection, where each heartbeat signals the possibility of rebirth. By diving into this stillness, we find the chance to renew our faith and awaken a transformative energy that challenges the fast pace of everyday life. Here, serenity does not surrender to the storm, it transforms it into fertile ground for self-knowledge. At the heart of chaos, silence presents itself as a strategic tool to defuse conflicts and diffuse tension. By choosing a pause posture, we learn to react wisely instead of acting impulsively. This practice reveals that true power is not in the intensity of movements, but in the ability to maintain control and respond with balance, even when everything around seems to fall apart. Adopting silence is, above all, an act of courage. By allowing turmoil to give way to reflection, we open space for inner peace to fully manifest. Each moment of stillness becomes a practical lesson in resilience, teaching us how to transform external turmoil into a lesson in the value of self-mastery. In this way, silence not only orders chaos, but also leads us to a more conscious and harmonious life. True fortitude is not built by impulsive acts, but by the careful construction of a serene mind. When we choose calm, we lay the foundations for a solid and unshakable interior. Each conscious breath and each moment of meditation act as bricks that, together, form a refuge against adversity. Thus, serenity reveals itself not as a mere absence of conflict, but as the force that drives us to face challenges with clarity and determination. Adopting calm is transforming the way we approach life. Instead of reacting immediately, we learn to wait for the right moment to act. This posture of patience builds an emotional fortress where every difficulty becomes an opportunity for growth. By cultivating self-knowledge and developing inner discipline, we discover that true strength lies in the ability to maintain balance, even when contrary winds seem to insist on overturning our foundations. Amid the pressures of everyday life, calm works like an invisible shield that protects our emotional integrity. This protection does not eliminate challenges, but it enables us to face them with a broader and calmer perspective. With each decision made thoughtfully, we strengthen our conviction and demonstrate that true resistance is built on the silence of reflection and the constant practice of self-control. This resilience transforms obstacles into steps towards a fuller and more conscious existence. Building an inner fortress is, first and foremost, a commitment to our own peace. Calm, when cultivated daily, becomes a firm foundation that sustains us in moments of turbulence. This practice is not limited to avoiding conflicts, but to acting with wisdom and serenity, even when the external environment seems chaotic. In this way, the fortress that we build internally not only protects us, but also inspires us to spread this transformative energy to the world around us. The journey to transform the external environment begins within us. When we invest in self-knowledge and managing emotions, we discover that the true power for change comes from internal balance. This practice of mastering our feelings paves the way for more conscious and effective action, where each peaceful thought contributes to a more harmonious reality. By cultivating emotional control, we learn to convert moments of instability into opportunities to grow and positively influence the world. This inner transformation is an invitation to act with purpose, allowing serenity and clarity of thought to guide our choices. Each act of self-mastery is reflected in attitudes that inspire and build healthier and more resilient relationships. Practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and daily reflection are valuable tools on this journey. They not only strengthen internal balance, but also teach that true change begins with small attitudes of self-knowledge. By mastering our impulses and reactions, we make space for creativity and wisdom to flourish, shaping a more peaceful and collaborative world. Transforming the world, then, is a process that begins with the courage to look within. Each step towards inner control is a step towards a life filled with purpose and harmony. By integrating calm into our routine, we demonstrate that the strength to face challenges and inspire change comes from self-mastery. This connection between being and the universe invites us to be agents of transformation, spreading the light of serenity wherever we go. In a world where communication is incessant, the silent response stands out as a gesture of profound wisdom. When we choose not to respond immediately, we allow reflection to take hold, transforming impulsive reactions into valuable insights. This pause, often underestimated, is capable of defusing conflicts even before they gain strength, demonstrating that silence can be a more eloquent response than hasty words. The practice of responding with silence requires self-knowledge and emotional control, as it invites us to evaluate situations calmly before acting. This conscious choice is not about omission, but about an elevated form of communication, in which what is not said conveys respect, maturity, and the intention to calmly transform the environment. Each moment of pause, thus, becomes an exercise in empathy and resilience. By embracing the power of silence, we reveal an inner strength that goes beyond the noise of everyday life. The silent response allows our emotions to calm and reorganize, opening space for a deeper analysis of the challenges we face. This approach not only minimizes misunderstandings, it also inspires more authentic communication, where the focus shifts from reactivity to understanding and empathy. The true power of the silent response lies in its ability to transform conflict into opportunities for connection and learning. By replacing immediate reaction with considered silence, we create an environment where reflection and calm can flourish. This practice, when cultivated, becomes a strategic tool for strengthening relationships and building bridges, showing that, often, the absence of words can speak louder than any speech. Serenity presents itself as a powerful shield against the struggles of everyday life. In conflict situations, remaining calm does not mean ignoring adversity, but rather adopting a stance that, through self-control, converts criticism and attacks into opportunity for dialogue and learning. This attitude transforms tension into fertile ground for reconciliation and building bridges, revealing that true strength manifests itself in the ability to embrace adversity with balance. Responding with serenity is a conscious choice not to fuel the escalation of conflicts. By exercising emotional control, we learn to analyze situations clearly and act thoughtfully, avoiding impulsive reactions that only worsen the problem. This practice reinforces our integrity and inspires confidence in those around us, demonstrating that calm can disarm even the most stubborn enemies, creating an environment conducive to peaceful resolution. The serenity that disarms enemies comes from the conviction that dialogue and understanding overcome the violence of words. By cultivating a calm mind, we are able to transform clashes into constructive conversations where mutual respect prevails. This state of mind, nourished by daily practices of reflection and self-knowledge, allows each interaction to become a lesson in the importance of maintaining harmony, even in the face of adverse situations. Adopting serenity as a response to conflict is investing in a long-term strategy for peace. Each gesture of calm acts as an antidote to aggression, promoting an atmosphere of understanding and collaboration. Thus, instead of retaliating with hostility, we choose to demonstrate our inner strength through attitudes of respect and empathy, showing that true victory lies in the ability to transform enemies into allies through peace. True transformation occurs when we choose serenity rather than the explosion of feelings. By replacing anger with calm, we take a decisive step towards self-control and clarity of thought. This conscious choice does not ignore the existence of conflict, but reflects the ability to react in a considered and effective way, dispelling tension before it worsens. Adopting calm in moments of anger is an exercise in inner strength that requires patience and self-knowledge. Instead of fueling anger, each deep breath and each moment of reflection allow us to reconfigure our emotions. This practice, based on mindfulness and meditation techniques, teaches us that serenity is a powerful instrument for neutralizing the destructive energy of anger. By allowing calm to prevail, we transform the experience of anger into a moment of learning and growth. Each challenging situation becomes an opportunity to cultivate balance, where patience prevails over impulsiveness. This change in perspective not only strengthens our emotional integrity, but also inspires those around us to seek more constructive alternatives to dealing with conflicts. When calm triumphs over anger, we discover that inner strength manifests itself in subtle and lasting ways. This silent victory is not the result of a denial of feelings, but of a harmonious integration between reason and emotion. Thus, transforming anger into serenity allows us to build healthier relationships and promote an environment where dialogue and empathy become the true forces of change. Finding peace in the midst of the turmoil is not a utopia, but a daily practice that invites us to slow down and listen to the whisper of calm. Even when the world seems to be falling apart, it is possible to cultivate an internal refuge where serenity becomes the support point to face challenges. This inner peace is built from the conscious practice of breathing, meditating, and reconnecting with what really matters. In every moment of turmoil, there is an opportunity to find balance. By transforming haste into pause, we learn to see chaos as a scenario of possibilities. This shift in perspective allows us to absorb external turbulence without losing focus on our internal stability. Thus, each moment of silence becomes an invitation for introspection and the renewal of vital energy. Peace in the midst of turmoil comes when we stop reacting impulsively and choose to act thoughtfully. By integrating mindfulness techniques and self-knowledge practices, we create a safe space where emotions are reorganized and harmonized. This serenity does not deny challenges, but transforms them into steps towards personal growth, paving the way for a fuller and more conscious existence. Cultivating internal peace is an exercise in courage and persistence. Every effort to remain calm, even in the face of adversity, reinforces our ability to face the world with a more serene and resilient posture. In this way, the peace we find within us radiates outwards, inspiring those around us to seek a similar balance and transform chaos into a source of learning and transformation. Patience reveals itself as a discrete treasure whose value goes beyond simple waiting. In every moment of pause, we find the opportunity to reflect and adjust our journey, transforming time into an ally for personal growth. This practice, which demands self-knowledge and persistence, teaches that true change is built with the accumulation of small actions carried out calmly. In the quiet rhythm of patience, we learn to appreciate each step of the journey. By renouncing urgency and immediacy, we open space for serenity and deep reflection, which make it possible to build a more balanced life. This virtue manifests itself in the ability to face challenges with an attitude of faith and trust, where every expectation becomes an investment for the future. Practicing patience is, in essence, an exercise in self-mastery. When dealing with setbacks and uncertainty, we find that inner calm allows us to react more thoughtfully and effectively. This approach turns time into a silent teacher, capable of revealing solutions and insights that would otherwise go unnoticed. Thus, patience becomes a bridge between adversity and learning, enriching our life experience. By recognizing the intrinsic value of patience, we cultivate an attitude that transcends haste and anxiety. Each moment of conscious waiting strengthens our ability to deal with unforeseen events, consolidating a solid foundation of self-confidence and resilience. In this way, the active silence of patience not only softens the impacts of everyday life, but also illuminates the path to a fuller and more meaningful existence. Mastering language begins with consciously choosing each word. When we exercise language control, we transform every dialogue into an opportunity to express respect and understanding. This practice goes beyond the simple act of speaking. It represents the cultivation of a calm and attentive mind, which values silence as an essential part of communication. By reflecting before expressing, we create a space for constructive dialogue, where words align with the intention to build, not destroy. This deliberate pause allows intense emotions to be moderated, avoiding impulsive reactions that can generate unnecessary conflicts. Thus, controlling your tongue becomes an exercise in self-knowledge and emotional balance. When language is guided by calm, each sentence becomes an instrument of peace. The daily practice of thinking before speaking reinforces the idea that true strength lies in moderation. This mastery does not mean the suppression of expression, but rather the ability to choose the best way to communicate ideas and feelings without leaving room for misunderstandings or wounds. Cultivating language control is, therefore, a way to strengthen relationships and foster empathy. By opting for calm and considered communication, we demonstrate that true wisdom lies in knowing when to speak and, especially, when silence speaks loudest. In this way, each conversation becomes a lesson in the transformative power of calm and mutual respect. True peace is not just the absence of conflicts, but the manifestation of an internal power capable of transforming realities. When we embrace serenity, we build a space where calm becomes the driving force to overcome challenges, regardless of the intensity of the adversities. This peace, rooted in self-knowledge and emotional control, emerges as a shield that protects and inspires. Choosing peace is an act of courage that transcends the simple renunciation of confrontation. It is the conscious decision to respond to violence with understanding and to transform barriers into bridges for dialogue. By practicing meditation, reflection, and empathy, we discover that true victory lies in the ability to maintain balance, even when everything around seems unstable. The strength of peace is revealed in every gesture of kindness and every word of encouragement that, silently, builds a more harmonious world. Each act of serenity generates a domino effect, inspiring others to follow the same path and find, within themselves, the inexhaustible source of tranquility. Thus, peace becomes a transformative energy that, step by step, rebuilds coexistence and hope. Conquering the peace that conquers the world is, above all, cultivating faith in the potential for change that resides in each of us. By transforming conflicts into opportunities for growth and replacing aggression with understanding, we pave the way for a society where harmony prevails. In this way, peace is not just an ideal, but a daily practice that drives us to create a future filled with meaning and unity. As we go through each stage of this journey, we understand that true transformation begins in the silence of our being. Through self-knowledge and mastery of emotions, we learn that serenity is not just a temporary state, but a permanent path to facing life's challenges with clarity and purpose. Each part of this reflection reinforces the idea that inner strength is the foundation for change. By embracing calm, we cultivate resilience and empathy, essential elements for building healthier relationships and a more harmonious world. This roadmap invites you to turn every obstacle into an opportunity for growth. The daily practice of meditating, reflecting, and acting thoughtfully is an invitation so that, with each new challenge, we discover a new facet of inner strength, capable of transforming not only our own reality, but also that of those around us. Now, the choice is yours how to apply these teachings in everyday life. What small habits can be adopted to transform turbulence into moments of learning and peace? By committing to this journey of self-mastery, you not only build a fuller life, but also inspire positive transformation in the world around you.